All right, Rellism Sports Talk, episode 62. Rellism Raw Sports Talk on Friday night with the featured guest. We got Skillet Instinct, Chris Arroyo. We got the champion of all champions, Tommy Simmers. And we got one of the young bucks, Shaman Megason. Cheering for them Niners out here, right? Chilling for them Niners, fellas. Who's ready for playoff football this weekend?
Let's go. Let's go.
Yes.
That's always the most exciting part of NFL.
Yes.
Playoffs, bro.
Now hold on. The most exciting time is the fantasy football playoffs. Then hey, before we get to the playoffs, because I know everybody's gonna have a lot to say about that, we're gonna talk about some other things that we talked about. But first, before we do that, I gotta give it up to Mondo. My man told everybody that the 49ers is gonna make the playoffs. He told everybody they was gonna go into LA. It didn't matter if it was in LA. The 49er fans was there. I didn't buy it at all. But they did their thing. It was, hey, you can't lie, man. You were scared. You were sitting in the house like, first half, oh.
Coach had to talk me through it the whole game, man.
They did it, and now they're there. And now they might have a chance against the Cowboys. We'll see. We'll get with the other guy that picked this stuff when he pops on here in a little bit. But and Keith will be on for the next one. But let's get to all these coaches getting fired real quick. All these coaches got fired. Y'all knew they were all gonna get fired. So now the question: who's gonna fill the spots? First one, I see the Giants hat, Chris. Who do you want to be your coach, Chris?
Bro, I don't know, man, because they 0 for 2 already, bro. Like, yeah. So at this point, third one's a charm. Hopefully, that's what I'm praying for. You know what I'm saying? We need a quarterback. We need a line. They need to make a good draft, point blank.
Well,
we got target. We need a quarterback, and we need a fucking line to protect the quarterback to make it happen, point blank.
Hey, well, I'll tell you what. Eric, your owner's out here talking good stuff. He's talking about they're going to take their time this time to get the GM and the coach and all that. So that has to make you feel a little bit better.
Giants is completely rebuilding at this point right now.
All right, Tommy. Y'all lost your coach too. Who are you looking at?
Who are we looking at for coach right now?
Who do you want? Not the organization. Who do you want?
I'd like to see Kellen Moore come in and coach the Broncos. If not him, Byron Leftwich. I think both of those offenses. What Byron did with Tom when he gave up, Arian just was like, it's not working. But I really admire what Kellen Moore was able to do with his backfield out the backfield in the passing game. He was able in the goal line situation. Pollard looked good because of Moore. And I want to start seeing that again in Denver with the backs we were able to do. I looked at what Shermer had available. I think, man, we're set up like Dallas. We got the 3 wide receivers and the two guys behind us. Why couldn't we do that? So I'd like to see Kellen Moore come out and do that for us.
Yo, I think you nailed that. I said the same thing. I was like, that offense kind of looks like what Denver got. Why not Kellen Moore? Because remember a couple of years ago, Kellen Moore, they were dogging Kellen Moore, talking about he was just trying to pad the Dak stats to make him look good to get another job. But he adjusted to what was going on. And I kind of like what you're going with that. I like the fact that you threw in Byron Leftwich too, because that's going to be another topic that we talk about. Mon, I know you don't have a coach on the hot seat yet. Not yet. But you do go against Pete Carroll, and Pete Carroll is still in Seattle. Is he going to be in Seattle? Should he deserve to be in Seattle?
Yeah, he deserves to be in Seattle.
Really?
There's a lot that Pete Carroll has achieved for Seattle. And think about it. Russell Wilson is, man, I feel like if Russell Wilson leaves, then he'll be out the door. But it won't be because of what Pete Carroll has achieved. It'll be much deeper than that. Pete is a good coach, to be honest. He's very underrated. And he should get his recognition, and he will find another job after Seattle.
So my question is, if you were a Seattle fan, would you rather have Russell Wilson or Pete Carroll?
Pete Carroll.
What? Look, I'm trying to be easy with y'all because people were telling me I be mean to y'all on the show. People said, yo,
what?
Tommy, before I get to you, Shimon, Tommy, I'll apologize to you because I had some people say, why you cussing at that dude all about that? We got love, Tommy. We got love. You know, it's all debate. There wasn't no heart shit. You know what I'm saying? I got people calling me talking about
man.
I'm like, I ain't even look at it like that. But anyway, back to you. You would rather have Pete Carroll than Russell Wilson?
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. Russell Wilson's a great player. He's great. He's a Hall of Famer. But that you gotta think about it, man. It's not just one player that wins those games, man. It takes a team, and he has to get all these players prepared. And I think he did a good job at doing it. So, I mean, kudos to Pete Carroll, kudos to Russell Wilson. But at the end of the day, you need a good coach,
I mean, Pete Carroll did win his national championship with the push for Reggie Bush. That wasn't Pete Carroll. And he also did call that pass play on the goal line instead of using Marshawn Lynch. But that was Pete Carroll too. So you can keep him.
That's true, yeah, in the Super Bowl. Yeah, he should have run into Lynch. Yeah.
So all the jobs that's open, we got the Giants, Denver, Jaguars, Miami, Vikings, Bears, Raiders, and now the Texans. What is the most, what's the most exclusive job out there? Tommy, what's the best job out there?
You've got the best job easy. We've got
Chris,
70 million in cap room, 5 picks in the first 3 rounds this year, 4 in the first 3 rounds next year already. 2 in the first. 2 in the first. We got next year as well. We'll be all right with the Von Miller trade. No, it's a second. 2 in the second with the Von Miller trade. So we're stacked as far as picks go. Our young talent, shoot, nobody hit the draft better in Denver. And I'll go to war with that one. We got 7 players, 4 starters. 7 players, like legit, they're players, 4 starters. So we'll be all right. So as far as Denver goes, what Patton has done as a GM coming in with the new ownership coming in, which the right to refusal just got denied. We are about to be sold. We're about to find out who Denver's going to be owned by. It's going to be announced as soon as the coach is announced. So this coach is about to come in getting to say, I am going to agree on this owner. I'm going to agree on this organization. I'm agree on this roster. He is going to come in with more to offer with 9 picks. We've got giant level picks. Legit giant level picks.
That's why I was going to go next.
In the first round this year, but we'll be all right.
That's where I was going next. That's exactly where I was going next. Chris, he said Denver was the best coaching job open. What'd you say about your Giants? Because y'all got almost like that, the picks and all that kind of stuff like that. And you got talent on your team. And you New York City, baby. You New York City. Tell me why your team is the best situation. Are you texting, Chris?
Oh, sorry, man. My bad, dude.
Is it all about the prestigiousness of the Giants and Saquon and all that, or what? Because like you said, y'all been missing like a mug. Y'all been missing.
I don't know, man. Pass. I'll pass.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why in the Giants. It's because it is the Giants in the division you're in.
I had this conversation with my cousin the other day. Jason Rodriguez. Yeah. No, I'm talking. So anyways, and we were like, obviously I mentioned it just a little bit ago that, obviously we're rebuilding, and it's really who gives a damn at this point, because the Giants have done a job lately at picking head coaches. They finally got rid of the GM. Tommy said, or I think you said, Terrell, it's just a matter of, picking the right guys for the jobs and taking their time this time. And, I don't know. It's kind of hard to know who they're focused on. There's so many prospects out there. It's really hard to figure what they're going to do. And I'm just hoping that they do the right moves, and they just, they benefit from it. I mean, that's all I can really hope for.
Okay.
I just don't know, man. It's really hard to really just talk about and predict and guess. And I don't know, man. We've been shit the last 5 years, bro.
Shaman, we saw what Miami did at the end of the year when it's 7 out of the last 8. Why isn't that the best? Why isn't that the best coaching job out? Why not?
That's a tough one.
Who is the best? Which team is? Which team is the best then?
Again.
I mean,
Tennessee's
Who?
Tennessee's coach.
He's already got a job. I'm talking about the teams that don't have coaches.
The next best, in my opinion, outside Denver, the next best coaching organization.
It'll be Pete Carroll. He'll be Pete.
Field.
Hold on, Shaman. So I said all the teams that don't have a head coach. What is the best job open? Tommy said Denver, and then he said the second best was Chicago. He said the second best was Chicago. We got teams like the Raiders. We got the teams like the Raiders.
I would say Broncos are like the number one. I say Giants would be the second. Got rid of both their GM and their roster.
I'm going by eye test.
I say Chicago, and the reason why I say Chicago is because they got a good quarterback, young, ready to be developed. Justin Fields is a beast. He's going to be a monster. Who wouldn't want to develop a quarterback like that? Justin Fields is one of those quarterbacks that will get 1 or 2 if he's developed the right way. And when I say 1 or 2, I mean rings.
All right, let me ask you this then. So what makes the Bears more intriguing than Miami?
Their defense is horrible.
Whose defense is horrible?
Pick again. When does Miami have another pick? When are they picking in the first round?
So Tommy's going all about draft picks.
San Fran now, but the Tua trade.
Tommy's going all about draft picks.
They don't have enough draft picks to attract the coach to come in. That's their problem, and it's going to be their problem all fighting throughout. They're going to need to have somebody who can build with the roster they have. Denver, the Giants, they have the ability to pick somebody new and their current rosters. And in Chicago, man, they've got a reasonable amount of picks with 2 electric players. I'm going to take the prove it and the best potential. I think the best potential is Denver and the prove it, Chicago.
Yeah,
you want to know what I say? The number 1 prospect coaching is the Vikings. It's the Vikings. Let me tell you why. Hold on. Let me tell you why. Hold on.
Better than Denver.
Let me tell you why. Because Kirk Cousins will not be there. I mean, he might last 1 more year, but he's gone. You have Dalvin Cook. You have a running scheme. Your offensive line is decent. Your defense is still there. And you have Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen, young tight ends. And you're in a horrible division. The Bears ain't going to be good for a while. The Lions ain't going to be good for a while. And Green Bay, let Aaron Rodgers leave. Who's winning that division if Aaron Rodgers leaves?
Dalvin.
Vikings.
That's my point. Point. So if you win the division, you're that much closer to getting to where you need to be. That's my point. What's up with Denver? Yeah, you go to Denver, who you got to play in that division? The Raiders, who are in the playoffs. The Chargers, who almost is in the playoffs. And then you got Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. That's the problem. That's why I say the Vikings are the number 1.
People are so scared of the Chiefs.
But I feel you with Denver. I feel you with Denver because Denver could go from worst to first like that because of the talent they have. So I agree. I agree that the future is bright for that orange. I will definitely agree with that. And I think New York's going to make some splash because it's New York. I think they're going to get some kind of quarterback.
I hope to God
if they don't mess up the coach and the GM again, New York can beat.
Bro, they're talking about getting Eagles head coach Doug Peterson.
Do you want Doug Peterson?
I was like, hell no.
He won a ring.
No. That don't mean nothing.
Philly in the playoff.
What's he done since then? Nothing.
Doug didn't coach this year for a reason.
Hold on. What the hell did Eli Manning do besides win those 2 fluky ass rings? Nothing.
Hey, he still got those 2 fluky ass rings. He still got those 2 fluky ass rings.
Now, don't get me started on the E subject. What did E do? Ask yourself that question again. What did E do?
Hey, yo, go ahead, back me up, man.
Come on, bro. What did E?
Shout
Y'all
out
gonna
to
stop
mine,
getting
man.
my favorite quarterback,
Always
yo.
talking shit to my boy Eli, yo.
Eli's good.
That's my
Tiki
man.
Barber's underrated.
I think Eli
E
Manning
is
is
the.
one of the most
Can I tell
overrated
you
Tiki
one?
players
Barber was
ever.
underrated too, yo.
So
Ever.
the
Can I
early,
tell you
the
something
early
that
parts
he
of
did
Eli's
do?
career were different with Tiki, but
I like Tiki.
Hey, can I tell you something that
Yeah.
E did do?
What?
I got two things. He showed up for the big game and he beat the GOAT supposedly
You're
twice.
saying the same thing
In the
over and over again, dude. A whole
Dude,
career
so-
is not defined by one game or two games. Tell me something.
Giants
Okay.
also,
The whole
they
career.
just
You're
they just
saying the same
recently
things
got rid of
over and over again.
said Giants interviewed the head coach, the head GM from the Titans.
That's smart. That's smart. Why not? Why not?
Yeah,
That would be a
You're New York. You need to be inside out, run the ball, go out. You got all these. Y'all got like 5 wide receivers that can start for other teams, and you don't even know how to use them at all.
That's true.
I don't understand it. You got a stud tight end that should have been
who
a
that
stud
man they
3
got?
years ago, but I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what Evan Ingram ever gonna be what he's supposed to be. Because
man, like
same thing with
That
Noah
was-
Fant.
I
The
don't know.
same player.
So we looking at the quarterbacks now that's gonna be out there. I already said my piece earlier in the week. Tommy, who's gonna be your quarterback?
With the back of the room, you gotta come up here.
Who's your quarterback, Tommy?
In Denver, right now, Drew Lock's the only one under contract, man.
Who's gonna come there? Who's coming there with everything you just said going? You laying it all on the table, and then you got
Everything you got going for
John
him?
Elway walking in the room. John Elway's walking in the room with free agents and doing whatever he wants to do. Who's he gonna get?
For 11. Shit, but I wasn't going to do
New
that.
ownership involved. It could be Peyton. It could be right now. New ownership. The two only public bids are Peyton Manning's group and John Elway's group are to see who owns the Broncos, which is cool. So let's say we get one of these big guys to come in and buy the team. We get the dream scenario. We got Peyton and John's still part of the organization. I think we're going to get no less than Kirk Cousins, which would suck.
Yo, and I said,
but we could. But I would say I hope we're not going Vikings. We've gone Vikings so much. Baker Mayfield. I still think it's Baker. I thought it was Baker since the offseason started, since his shoulder got hurt. I said it's going to be Locker Baker. They're going to run this round too. We're going Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud. We're going for next year's draft. We'll be fine.
Chris,
dude.
Chris, would you be happy with Jimmy Garoppolo? Because I think that he's gonna be the prize quarterback out of the group.
If they what?
If the Giants get Jimmy Garoppolo, would you be happy with that?
I'd rather, this is gonna sound funny, but I'd rather they're the other.
If you say, hold on, if
quarterbacks.
you say Cam Newton, I'm cutting you off the show.
I swear,
You're cut off the show.
Because you don't give Cam Newton kudos, but won't give Jimmy Garoppolo kudos. Come on.
So there's 2 quarterbacks that actually are. There's actually 4. There's one. There's a guy. They're talking about drafting something Carroll from Ole Miss.
He's not good enough. Who else?
See, that's why I don't think we're going to have him. If y'all don't get
But
Corral, that's our quarterback.
I see Russell Wilson. I see Russell Wilson. 1. That's my number 1. Russell Wilson and Deshaun Jackson. I mean, not Deshaun Jackson.
I said Jimmy Garoppolo, dude. Jimmy Garoppolo.
I see Deshaun Watson.
Why are you telling me people that you want on your Christmas list? I said, would you be
No,
happy
dude.
with Jimmy Garoppolo?
Those are prospects, bro, that the Giants have in place, bro.
Garoppolo.
No.
Bro,
You won't take
Coach, you want me to tell you why Garoppolo is a good spot for New York?
Garoppolo might be a good quarterback because he's a pocket player, but we need someone who can fucking do shit outside the pocket.
Listen, you know why y'all will? If like Coach said, if y'all do got the chance to get Jimmy, you know why y'all gonna get Jimmy? Because Jimmy wins. Y'all need wins. Y'all don't win no more. He will get you a dub. He will win. It might be ugly, but you're going to win.
Might not win this week, though.
You know,
you might
Jimmy,
not win this week, Anyway,
Coach, we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the New York Giants.
now we go get to the playoffs. Hold on, I want to get some other, because when we get to the playoffs, I know it's gonna be fire. So look, the Colts made a big splash, got Carson Wentz last year, which I thought was a good fit. But now everybody coming out in the organization talking about they're not committed to him next year. So what are you thinking? If they come out and say we're not committed to you, they must have somebody in mind. Who do they have in mind, Shimon? Who do the Colts have in mind? If they're telling Wentz, he might not be the guy. Is it Watson?
I mean,
is it Watson?
Obvious. I don't even think it's going to be a quarterback that is all like that. I think they want a more of a game manager, what Sanford has. They want to run the ball. They want to play bully ball. They want to shove it down your throat. They want to play good, strong defense. I don't think they're going to look for a quarterback to take them over the top. I think they want to get back healthy is because all that stuff that happened. I think they want to play Taylor. I think they want Taylor to lead them. And they're going to get a quarterback that's willing to hand the ball off, that's willing to throw 8-yard passes.
So
I don't think they want
talk
a quarterback that wants to throw deep.
Who are you talking about then? You talking about Jimmy G?
They could, bro. If the Indianapolis get Jimmy G, that's gonna be like a retro 49ers team because they're gonna run the ball 2 times and then pass it once every single time.
Tommy, who's the Colts looking at?
Are going to keep Carson Wentz. They don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. They're invested in Jonathan Taylor. He knows the offense. It's Frank Reich. They might pull in a guard, a Minshew, something like that will come off the bench for them if they need it to. But
Minshew can start though.
For who? The Giants?
Yeah.
Or for Washington? Or for Washington?
Love Minshew.
That's about it.
The Giants love Minshew.
There's
Chris.
2 QBs in the draft.
Chris, would you take Carson Wentz in for the Giants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris. Huh?
I would.
Hold on. Chris, you're telling me that you would take Carson Wentz, but you won't take Jimmy Garoppolo.
Nah, what up, kid? No.
That's what you said. I agree, though.
Yeah,
I agree.
I would take
you.
over Garoppolo.
I agree.
Garoppolo.
I agree.
Carson Wentz still young legs. He's a pocket player. He runs the ball. He makes shit happen.
I agree with you, dude. I agree completely with you. I think Carson Wentz is better than Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't care what Shimon thinks in his worldly, crazy mind that Jimmy Garoppolo is some crazy thing. But welcome to
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Welcome to the show, the Fantasy Football Factory League winner this year, Chris.
He got the Jag.
I'm thinking about Chris. Wearing his Jaguars hat that he said he would wear. The Jaguars beat the Colts, and there he is wearing it. Big shout out to you, Colin. You said I don't want to rebuild like you and Tommy said. I want to win the playoffs, and we're gonna do all these things.
Yo, right what there. Up, yo?
I want to see that Jaguars.
I'm a man of my word.
Man of your word.
Hey, y'all got that. Hey, y'all in that playoffs though, Keith.
Look, we ain't talking playoffs yet. So still with I want to get back to the coaches. So how many black coaches are in the NFL right now?
3.
No,
2, 3.
There's one. There's one.
Mike Tomlin and the dude that coaches from Miami.
No.
Who? The dude that got fired? The dude that got fired?
And Callie got fired.
So here's my question, guys. Here's my question. Why is it only one? And why do we have guys like Eric Bieniemy, Byron Leftwich, Caldwell, Leslie Frazier, people like this? Why do they not even get? I know Frazier and Caldwell have had their shots, but Leftwich and my God, Eric Bieniemy. I mean, Eric Bieniemy should have been doing something years ago, but we got people like Zimmer, who's been there forever, that finally got fired. Nagy, who finally got fired. Fangio, who finally got fired. That were horrible. Mediocre to horrible. And then we hire guys like Joe Judge, special teams coach for the Patriots, no experience, horrible. Kitchens for the Cleveland, who was horrible. Nagy, horrible. How do these guys keep getting these first year jobs, but we can't get guys like Eric Bieniemy and Byron Leftwich jobs? Tommy, tell me why.
I'm not a big Bieniemy supporter, so I won't speak on him. I don't agree. His player personnel relations aren't the best, and he's had some issues in the past, which you just don't need today. Then you have
Hold on, Tommy. Tommy, hold on. You said he's had some issues in the past with things you don't need today. How the hell did Urban Meyer get a freaking head coaching job then?
Right. I'm not saying they all don't.
How does that happen?
But I'm just saying.
If there was a black man at the bar after a game with a girl up on his lap, would he been fired the next morning? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Damn right.
Okay, now you can finish your story. Now you can finish your thing about Bieniemy. Go ahead.
But I don't like Bieniemy. His player relations have been rough as well. I mean, he's had accusations in the locker room. He's not a great, always a player guy. So he's not my cup of tea. But now Leftwich, he's gonna have a job. As far as Flores firing, he's gonna have a job. It's crazy. He's gonna be a head coach.
Potential Giants coach, please don't go.
I think that this is Miami's hire. If I was Miami and I was going to do anything, Watson goes nowhere, and the whole reason he wanted to go to Miami comes to Houston, and you're fine.
That's a good point.
That's what I see as Flores' destination. But so we'll get to where we are. But there is I don't get it. I don't get it. And it that's all I can say.
Why? Yeah, your team has the only head black coach. So tell me why there ain't others. Why are others getting these first time opportunities?
I just think because it's always has been white coaches, right? But I think as time is going on, you're going to end up seeing eventually one day probably a majority of black coaches.
Where?
I think it's going to happen eventually. Think about it. As the players get older, you don't think so? I think
Hell no.
I think
black president. They were like, "Oh, we got a black president. You're gonna see this all the time." That shit ain't gonna happen.
The only color the owners see is green. They don't care.
Absolutely.
If you're a winner, you get the job.
Next.
Huh?
All right, Shaman, why you think?
Well, I feel like most of the black coaches be like offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators. Honestly, like if you look at it, it's like for example, 49ers, DeMeco Ryans, he's a black defensive coordinator. I feel like a lot of what's the other team that got another defensive coordinator that's black? Moral of the story is I can name off more black coordinators than coaches, head coaches.
And eventually
so the coordinators, coordinators turn into head coaches, right? White or black, right? So why ain't they turning into head coaches?
But I just feel like they dominate at what they do while they're there, and they don't never change because you got to think about it. Being a defensive coordinator like Robert Saleh, he was our D coordinator, then he went to New York Jets. It's not looking too good for him. His first season as a head coach, but as a defensive coordinator, he was taking teams to the Super Bowl, his defense to the Super Bowl.
Dude, I could say the same thing about your head coach, who's white, Kyle Shanahan. He's a head coach, but he shouldn't be. He's an offensive coordinator, is what he should be. Period. He's an offensive coordinator, should not be a head coach, but he's got the opportunity. Why does he have the opportunity
to a Super Bowl?
Line coach?
Huh?
Did you just say offensive line coach? Who said that?
That's all. Yes, dude. He's my favorite coach's son. I know this dude and his game plan inside out. I thought he was a potential hire for us, and I don't want him, and I didn't want him then, and don't want him now. He's an offensive line coach. If you guys are going to win a Super Bowl, you're going to fire Kyle Shanahan.
That counter Trey, yo.
Oh, no. Listen, Cal is a running back coach. I feel like he knows what running backs to bring in the
swing game is all he's got. It's the same thing as dad ran.
Coach, what are you talking about?
So listen to what both of y'all are saying. Offensive line coach, running back coach. Neither one of those are head coach. So why does he have a job and other people don't have jobs? anyway.
Who are you
His
talking
dad.
about?
Huh?
His dad.
Of course, he got the job
gotta-
because he's got the family name. His dad.
If you
He got his foot in the
want
door because of his
things
dad.
The way it is, it's the good old boy thing.
Thank
It's always
you.
It's always
That's all
been
I
that
wanted
way.
to hear.
I don't have more
It's the way
Asian
with
head
certain
coach.
other organizations within society and with NFL coaches, there's always been a tree that has extended down. And until we get these few black coaches that have come along, these Hubie, what was it?
It's
Hubie
gonna
Brand,
happen.
Hubie down in Cleveland, and then you got the Tomlins, and you get a few of these guys come down. They've got a few legit 15, 20-year runs that the McCarthy's had and all these guys had after them. That you're going to have the Bum Phillips and all these guys had after them. That you'll get it to fluctuate because it's got to. Because
It's going
the
to.
best coaches
When
have
all
always been
these
players.
athletes get
They
older,
just
they're going to
didn't let
become
all players
coaches.
play.
So you think
So
it's
now
gonna,
that they let all players play, get there. I do
Keith,
believe what
you know
they
what?
said.
Hey.
We will get there.
Keith,
Yeah,
you're so adamant about it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen.
I think it.
What's
I
telling
do,
you that it's gonna happen? Why? It ain't
because
happened
as
all this time.
dude, but listen, as things go on, when these athletes that are in the game now, there are it's almost like a majority of black players, and they are going to become
Always
coaches.
been.
Well, Keith,
89%.
I'm telling you, man.
But now,
40
Keith, that's what I was about to say. When you look up
Just seeing it now.
the best players in the league, they're black. I'm just being
Exactly.
real. They're black, and these
I know.
people are going to retire and become coaches. Who do
That's
you
what.
think?
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay,
That's
so
gonna be those
nobody
32
wants to
teams.
address the elephant in the room. Just speak it how it is. When you have a black quarterback, you better run, G. You better run because you're not smart enough to do it. It's the same thing with coaching. That's the way the whole thing's built. The good old boy society. Just keep it real. Notre Dame just lost Brian Kelly, who was most average coach I've ever seen in my life. You won because you were at Notre Dame. You never could win the big game. You never could do anything. We go out and hire Marcus Freeman, who is our coordinator, who the players love, and everybody's dogging him. Why?
Now, what's the movie I'm talking about?
And the guy can coach.
But why is everybody dogging him? Why is everybody dogging him? It's the
Look what he
same
did with
thing. It's
Kyle.
a systematic approach to the whole thing.
The guy can
That's what I'm trying
coach.
to say. So you can say all you want to that it's gonna change. A change is gonna come. A change is gonna come. That shit ain't gonna be in none of our lifetimes. None of them. None of them. Because we're still looking at these people right here, and they can't even get opportunities. And people are asking why. We're asking why when the boy from the Texans got 1 year. 1 year.
Are we still talking about
Year.
why there are no black head
He beat
coaches?
the number one seed. He beat the number one seed and almost beat them twice in the AFC. He got 1 year. You can't tell me the Texans weren't competitive, right? They were competitive. Were they or not?
I mean, they didn't have a quarterback.
He
They had
got
a
1 year without Deshaun Watson, giving away all your players. We're trading everybody off your team, and you were still competitive. And you got 1 year. He's out. How many of these white coaches we out of here having all these years doing nothing, Nick Fangio, with all that talent?
Hey, you trying to hear me?
He's a first-time head coach at least. 63 years old.
Third
He
time
grandfathered
a
his
beat
way.
a piece of
I
trash.
was pissed.
What the
He grandfathered his way in.
bro.
I was pissed. I
He's
didn't want
a
him as
third-time
head
coach at
either
least.
when he got hired.
And never
But-
amounted to nothing. He never
Hey,
I'm
amounted
not
to
gonna say he wasn't.
Hey, coach,
nothing
I
other
don't
than
mean to
a
cut you off. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm about to be upstairs right now for about 4 or 5 minutes. I gotta help my
We got 4
godmom.
minutes left in this episode, and then we can go into the next one after this upload. So that's fine. Chris,
All right, whatchamacallit? Send me the link for the next upload. I'm about
Chris,
to
it's the
be
same
on.
thing every time, man. Chris,
Yo,
you know who Bill O'Brien is? He was the coach of the Texans before. He was voted as the worst head coach in the entire league. He's getting interviews for jobs now.
for Jacksonville. For Jacksonville.
No
That's,
way.
that's why they suck. He's
I
no
don't care
way.
where. Bill O'Brien is getting interviews?
Bill O'Brien can turn a
That's
locker room in about 0.6 seconds. Give him credit for that. He did it in Houston. I'm not lying. I know what type of coach he is. He's a 1 to 3 year coach. If you think you've got a culture change you need, I don't disagree on Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien can increase the culture change in about a quarter time. He is a great people motivator.
I hope Denver hires his ass. I
I
hope
hope
so.
they don't. We don't
I hope-
I've
never been
I
an
hope-
O'Brien fan.
I hope Denver hires him almost as much as I hope Derrick Henry doesn't come back.
Well, you
Because when
would
the
say
Titans
that
lose
without-
somebody, I'm gonna be in your ass. In your ass. Watch me. Watch me.
Talk to say.
Guaranteed it, yo. Guaranteed it. Keith,
No, that's too
we got 3 minutes left, Keith. Why are the Colts giving up on Carson Wentz?
Why are they?
Would you take
I didn't
him?
even know.
Would you take him in Pittsburgh with your roster right now?
I mean, yeah.
You better
Why
say
not?
yes.
Ben.
I mean, I'll take anybody right now. I don't have anybody after this year.
You can have Taylor Heineke. How about that? You can have Taylor Heineke.
Dude, it's better than any backup we have on our team right now. So I'll take anybody.
Hey, we got 2 minutes left. We can go around the thing. On the next one, we jumping right straight playoffs. But I will say one thing real quick before we start predicting the playoffs. If y'all check out episode 22 of Rellism Sports Talk, August 4th, 2020, I was the one who got beat up all side the head by text messages and everything when I said that the Greg Oden, Kevin Durant draft, because we're going to start talking NBA. NFL's almost over. We're going to be doing NBA. I said that Greg Oden and Kevin Durant draft is the equivalent of Zion Williamson and John Morant. And everybody killed me for it. Where's Zion at now? And
I
where's
agree with you
Zion at?
100.
Where's
I wish
Zion
I was
at now?
there.
And where's Zion? Zion's fat ass can't even play no
100.
more. Zion's fat
He's
ass.
hurt.
Now,
hurt,
all
though,
the
Coach.
haters that dogged me, I'm getting in my humble pie right now. That's right. I got the
Coach, he
Einstein
hurt.
genius shit right here, son. I called it. I said, don't take Zion, take John Morant. And y'all get ready for basketball season because it's gonna be on. We got the return.
I gotta start watching it then because
Huh?
Hey, why you wearing that?
I gotta
Jags
start
hat?
watching it then.
Ain't you a Steelers fan?
Yes,
You
sir.
know why he's wearing that. Hey,
Lost.
1 minute and 26 seconds left. While Marquez just got on here, I'm gonna give him the biggest shout out because he called the freaking Jaguars beating the Colts. And then when me and Tommy are arguing about the game of the week and all that, he called the Colts Jaguars being the game of the week because the Steelers are gonna make the playoffs. I
Great
mean,
call.
great call. I don't know what else to say. I don't even know what else to say because that's some ballsy shit to say. Because I wouldn't have said none of that. But
You think about it.
I guarantee you on this next, we got less than a minute. Get on here. The next episode is gonna be raw. We're going straight playoffs.
Hurry up then.
Playoffs.
Make it
Huh?
quick.
Let's
Straight
go.
playoffs. All right, fellas, be ready.
Let's go.
All right.